guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda if you are new here. If you're not new, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. This is going to be a weekly WW Weight Watchers meal prep video. I'm going to be sharing a breakfast, lunch, and dinner with you guys. And I will also be leaving the recipe, the instructions, and the smart parts down in the description box below. So make sure to check the description box if you guys want to remake these recipes. That's where they will be. I haven't posted a meal prep video in a while because I've just been cooking every single day because I've been pretty bored and cooking is like therapeutic for me. So I have been cooking all my meals every single day, but I've noticed I need more structure. I am on a weight loss journey, so I tend to do a lot better when I meal prep and I have food already made for me. So I decided this week I wanted to meal prep my breakfast, lunch, and dinner just to make it a little bit easier for me and just to help me stay on track. So if you like food recipes and weight loss content, make sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here. Give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate that so much. And let's just jump right into the meal prep. Okay, so for breakfast, I'm going to be doing overnight oats. This is one of the easiest breakfasts to make because you literally don't have to cook anything. You just put it all in a bowl, you add some toppings, and then you put it in the fridge. And you can have overnight oats cold or hot, so you can eat them just the way they are right out of the fridge, or you can make them up a little bit, get them warm, and eat them that way. So I'm going to show you what you need for overnight oats. You can obviously change anything you want. You could add different fruits, blueberries, peaches, anything like that, but I'm going to show you the recipes that I've chosen. So the first one, I'm going to be doing strawberry and lemon for a little zest, and then I'm going to be doing a chocolate and banana overnight oat with some walnuts. So I'm going to be using pbfit chocolate for the peanut butter and the chocolate flavor, and then I'm going to use a little bit of walnuts and a banana. That is it. And then to sweeten it, I use sugar-free syrup. So this definitely sweetens it, but keeps it very low in points because you can have pretty much sugar-free syrup for 0 to 1 point for a lot. You will need some oatmeal. These are the old-fashioned oats. And then a milk of your choice. You can use dairy milk or plant milk. I love oat milk. It's super thick and it's so yummy. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my banana and strawberry, squeeze out some lemon, get everything prepared, and then I will show you how to make this super easy breakfast. Okay, so I squeezed about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I love lemon, so I feel like lemon and strawberry goes really well together. I love citrus, so I am doing that. You can eliminate lemon if you don't like lemon, or you could use lime if that's a little bit more mild for you. And I think this is going to be so nice with oats. I think it's going to taste really light and airy and fresh. So I'm going to go ahead and cut up my strawberries. I did 5 pretty larger size strawberries, and they're super ripe. They're gonna be so good. And I'm just doing long slivers instead of dices because I like to have big chunks of strawberry. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that to the side and cut up my banana. Now for the banana and the overnight oats, I do like my banana to be a little bit smaller, so I cut it in half and then I dice it up. So that is what I'm doing for that. Kind of mash it a little bit as well. I just feel like it's way better that way, kind of mashed up and blended in with the oats. So I kind of just cut them in dices and mash it up a little bit, like so. Okay, so for the first overnight oat, we're going to do, so I like to mix everything in a bowl first. I feel like it's just so much easier that way rather than putting it in the container and having to like mix it. It gets kind of messy as well. So what I'm going to do is first batch, which I'm doing a half a cup for this one. They're both going to be half a cup of oats. So you'll need half a cup of oats, 1/3 cup of the oat milk. We are going to do 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup to sweeten it, 2 tablespoons of our lemon juice. Give that a little toss first. And then add your strawberries. Give that a toss. See how big the strawberries are in there? I actually prefer it this way. You could make them smaller if you like a smaller bite, but I just love the big cold chunk of strawberry. So we're gonna fill up 2 containers because this is gonna be 2 days worth of breakfast. So we're gonna do the strawberry first. And then, we're not done yet. Okay, so this is the trick to keep it low in points and not have to add a lot of milk, is use a little bit of water. Usually you cook oats in water anyways, so it doesn't do anything to the flavor. Just, I have 1/4 cup here. I'm going to add a little bit in there and a little bit in here because you do want the oats to be covered with liquid. So that is how I do it. That's my little trick, because it just keeps the points just a little bit lower if you do it this way and don't have to add more milk. So just give that a good stir. So there we go. Super easy to do. We're gonna just place that to the side. Okay, so next we're gonna be doing the chocolate banana oats. So we're gonna do, again, a 1/2 cup of oats, 1/3 cup oat milk, 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup, 2 tablespoons of chocolate pbfit powder, do 2 tablespoons of oats. I said oats, but I meant walnuts. I did 2 tablespoons of walnuts. I'm adding my banana. And then giving that a good mix. And then we are gonna add the water to this one as well, because this one's gonna be really thick. So just give that a good stir, and we add the water in last. Oh my gosh, this one smells so good. And go ahead and add your mixture into the containers. Your 1/4 cup water, and then give that a good mix. So we have our chocolate banana with walnuts and our strawberry and lemon. And then you just place the lids on and keep them in the fridge overnight, and they're gonna get to a really nice thick consistency. All right guys, for lunch I'm gonna be making a mushroom and creamy chicken dish. You are gonna need some chicken breast. I have butterflied 2 large chicken breasts in half, so that is what I have here. And then you're gonna need some cheese. I'm doing a mixture of cheese to keep it kind of lower in points. I'm doing 1 cup of fat-free mozzarella, 1/4 cup of finely shredded Parmesan cheese. They're both from Great Value, and I'm just gonna mix them together. I'm using some half and half. I have 1/3 cup of half and half in here. You'll need some olive oil spray. I have some baby bella mushrooms. I'm gonna slice these up thin, and we're gonna throw that in there. And then you are gonna need some apple cider vinegar or balsamic vinegar. You could also use white wine. So I'm just gonna be using some apple cider vinegar. I have 1/2 of a tablespoon. This kind of just helps give it that tang that it needs and that it would get from wine. Salt and pepper right here, minced onion, dried parsley, and garlic powder. So that is all of the seasonings you will need. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my mushrooms up now, and we're just going to do pretty thick slices. I like my mushroom to have a little bit of a crunch, so I'm not gonna do them too thin because they will cook down so much. I want them to be a little bit thicker. So just cut them however you really like your mushrooms. If you want them really soft, you can do thinner than this. Okay guys, I'm gonna use this 7x15 Pyrex dish. I'm gonna go ahead and spray that with olive oil spray. So I'm spraying the bottom, and then I'm also gonna be spraying the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken into this. Let me grab a fork. I'm just gonna lay my chicken down. So I made it into 5 pieces because the chicken breasts were really large. I always like to cut really large chicken breast in half. It just cooks easier and I feel like it's a better portion. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this with olive oil spray. Just spray the top. And then we're gonna add the seasonings directly onto the chicken. So we're gonna add our pepper, our salt, I got these cute tiny little dish dippers from Amazon. If I can find them from Amazon, I'll leave them linked below because they're so cute. They're terracotta and they all have a variety of colors that come with it. And it was like $14 for a pretty, I think there was like 12 or 10 different dippers in it. So I feel like it was a pretty decent price for how cute they are. I'm going to leave that link below though if I can find it. I'm gonna go ahead and add the apple cider vinegar. And then I have some dried parsley. I'm gonna add some to the chicken and then I'm also gonna add some to the top when it's all done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that on there and then I'll add some more to the top once everything is in here. I'm gonna go ahead and spread out the mushrooms right now. And I like a lot of mushrooms. That's why I'm doing all of them. If you don't like as many, you don't have to do as the whole container. I did the whole container of mushrooms. You could do less, but again, I love mushrooms. Now we're gonna add our half and half. And this will be a little bit more runny when you take it out of the oven at first, but if you let it cool, it definitely does thicken up and it's a really nice consistency. So I'm gonna pour that on there. And then we're gonna do our cheese. We are gonna do our 1 cup of fat-free mozzarella. So add that. And I really like that I'm doing it this way, adding like the fat-free mozzarella to give it some cheesiness, but then doing the Parmesan cheese because, I mean, real Parmesan's a lot better than the fat-free. So you get a mixture of both, but you're gonna save a lot of points if you do it this way. So just pour that on top. There we go. Then, this is optional, I'm just gonna do a spritz of sea salt to the top. I like the cheese to have like that salt punch to it when I first bite into it. And then we're gonna do a little bit more dried parsley to the top. Let's just kind of sprinkle some dried parsley. There we go. This looks so good. And it's not even cooked. We're gonna go ahead and place this into the oven and let it bake. Gas oven, because I live in an RV. It looks pretty crazy that I stick my head in there, but that's the only way to do it. And then I'm going to place my dish in here. All right, you guys, it is done. It looks amazing. It smells amazing. My house smells so good. I think it's the Parmesan cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and dish this out. I'm just going to do like buffet style and put it in 2 containers, and I am about to eat some for dinner, so I will show you my plate. I'm pairing it with some broccoli. But yeah, I'm so excited to eat this, and I hope you guys check this recipe out because, I mean, look at it. Oh my gosh. This looks so good. Okay, so here's my dinner right now. I'm gonna have some because I just cannot wait. So I'm having it with some broccoli. So that's a really good dinner. I feel like having it with a 0 point veggie keeps it nice and low, and all the points are just coming from the cheese and the half and half. All right, there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up. There's one missing because I'm eating it. But I'm gonna go ahead and pack it up and store it in the fridge. Okay, for dinner, I love to make a big pot of chili. I just find chili being super easy for leftovers and very easy to make. You can just throw everything and dump it in your crock pot. So I am going to show you what I put in my chili, and I'll also show you a clip of how I eat my chili and like the toppings I like to put on my chili just to make it even better than it already is. So I'm going to be using diced tomatoes. I have fire roasted and then just plain regular not seasoned diced tomatoes. So you can do 2 fire roasted or 2 just plain. I like to kind of add mixture of both. And then I have light red kidney beans and pinto beans. I have a packet of McCormick's chili seasoning. So all of the seasoning I would use in my chili is in this packet, which makes everything so much easier. I use a little bit of red onion, probably like a half a cup. We're gonna use diced red onion. I like to have garlic in my chili, so I have 2 cloves of garlic. And then I have 1 container of beef broth. This is 32 ounces. And I also will be adding a little bit of water because I like my chili a little bit more on the thinner liquid side. And then I just have some lean beef. I had defrosting and I pulled apart. So this is lean beef. This is the leanest beef you can get. You could also get the 93.7 and rinse it. I feel like that definitely is a little trick you could do to get all the fat and oil off. And then of course you're gonna need a crock pot. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse my beans with water and a drainer, and then I will show you what we do next. I use this little drainer. I love it. It's a handheld drainer. You can get it from like an Asian market. They have them there for like $4. They're super cheap, and I just feel like they're so much easier to store and use. I really like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and drain my beans. So I'm gonna go ahead and dice my onion, and I'm gonna fill up a half a cup. So we have a half a cup of onion I'm gonna set aside. And then the remainder onion I like to put in beeswax paper. If you guys don't have bees wrap paper, it's the best for storing veggies. It keeps them so fresh and crisp. I absolutely love these. I did order mine from Grove Collaborative. They have them there, but you can also order a pack from Amazon. Just put in beeswax paper, and it's literally just made of beeswax, and you can reuse it over and over and wash it. So it just reduces plastic, and it just works a lot better than plastic. So I'm gonna go ahead and store that in the fridge. Gonna do my garlic. I love garlic, so I love to have a little garlic flavor in my chili. I think it just adds something nice to it. I always feel like garlic is fresh, so it adds like a fresh, I don't know, a fresh flavor, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna just kind of dice this roughly. It doesn't have to be super small because it's gonna cook down so much that it's gonna get really soft. So just like a little rough chop. There we go, that's good. Okay, in the crock pot, we're gonna spray it with olive oil spray. We're gonna add our half a cup of onions. We're gonna go ahead and add our garlic. Our beans that we rinsed. I'm gonna place the lid on, and I'm gonna cook this on high, and I will leave the time on the screen for how long this takes to cook. All right, the chili is done. Oh. So this is how I like it. You see all of the liquid I have. I really just love liquid. I don't know, I'm not a fan of like super thick chili, but if you are, definitely add less of the beef broth. But if you kind of like that broth, then yeah, do it that way. So I have 1 1/3 cup. I'm going to go ahead and measure out how many servings I get, and this is the serving I want, is 1 1/3 cup. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the serving size that I am doing, so you guys can kind of see. Maybe there's an easier way to do this, but this is how I do it. Okay, so here's 1 1/3 cup. That is the serving size I'm doing, and it made 7 servings. So I'm now gonna add the toppings and show you guys what I do for my toppings. I add some cheese, some cheddar cheese. And then I add some real bacon pieces. Let me just pour this on here. This is how you do it. I did measure that out. We did 1 tablespoon of bacon and we did 2 tablespoons of shredded cheddar cheese. I'm gonna add some sour cream, tablespoon of Daisy's Light sour cream. And then I like to add just a little bit of chili powder to the top. I feel like chili powder has like a little hint of sweetness to it. So this is what I like to do. All right, and there you have it. A really good chili. And as you can see, this is kind of like how I see all the liquid. I like to get that liquid into the bite. It's just so good that way. So this is what my dinner will look like throughout the week. Here are my containers. I'm letting those cool down, and then I'll just place the lid on and pop them into the fridge, and then I can just scoop it out the next day and heat it up. All right guys, that is it for this meal prep. I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes and try them out yourself. Everything in this recipe you can alter to your liking. These are just food inspiration ideas for you guys to make and stay on track, and just to help you with your food and your weight loss. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you subscribe and like the video, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.